Hey, 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 it's no ordinary day around here, and that is because Canadian art royalty is visiting, or should we say, Doyalty. Legendary singer-songwriter, playwright, and author Alan Doyle, he's laughing right now, joins me now with your new book, The Smiling Land. You like that one?
Very well done.
Bravo, bravo to our writers
bravo
for this
writing
one.
team, bravo writing
there
team.
You go.
Thanks for having me on. What a great day. Yeah, celebrating the release of a new book. It's kind of a love letter, I suppose, to my home province, you know, in my own backyard. And I had a great time roaming around. I sort of pitched it to the publisher as, follow me around Newfoundland and Labrador.
Okay.
Because I knows everything about Newfoundland and Labrador. And then watch me discover I don't know that much about it at all.
That's wild. Are there things that you were like, of course it's this, and just it blew your mind with the learnings?
Everything from as simple as like, I thought I had a concept for how big Newfoundland and Labrador is. But even I don't. Like even I was surprised. You know, when we took our little family minivan and drove it from St. John's all the way across the island, then all the way up the Northern Peninsula, and then across the Straits on a ferry, and then across southern Labrador and up to Battle Harbour, and those distances are just wild. You know, I think in one trip, just one part of the book, we did 3,200 kilometers or something like that. Crazy.
It's a long time.
Yeah, and it's a vast, beautiful place with not many people in it, and all kinds of different kinds of geography. And very, very unique communities that have stayed the same for a very, very long time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I've loved seeing, especially this year, a lot of people traveling domestically.
Yeah.
And many people went out east and just really discovering the beauty that there is. I love what you dedicated your book to, and I'm going to read it. You said, for the people of Newfoundland and Labrador who never cease to amaze and delight me, because it's a lot about the people.
Yeah, well, because those communities, especially the more isolated ones along the coasts, you know, were settled 200, 300, 400 years ago by Southern English or Southern Irish fishermen, and they stayed the same because they were completely disconnected from everywhere else. So the accents stayed the same. The songs that live there don't live 50 kilometers down the shore because those two people sure hardly ever met, you know. And so there's all these weirdnesses and these things that I'm so happy to tell you that indeed Newfoundland is far away and it's hard to get to and it's challenging. And I'm so happy to tell you it's filled with very odd people and very weird places, and they're all very friendly and lovely.
Right.
And they're all dear to my heart. But it's the uniqueness and the eccentricity, for lack of a better word, that makes it cool to me.
The oddness too, and the eccentricity, as you said, with a lot of the names that we're seeing of the towns and the cities, and they're all over, which we love when we sit here in Toronto and go, is this right? Am I reading this right? This is the name of that town.
Is there really a dildo across from Spread Eagle? Is that possible?
Correct.
And yes, there is. And I always say that's where I'm from. That's where I live. But you know, it's a wonderful, it's a wonderfully weird place, and the people there have, because it was built primarily on the fishery. A lot of the places, like in my lifetime, went through the cod moratorium in the early 90s. So they have had to reinvent themselves in some way. And part of the journey of this book was for me to learn, okay, what's the new Newfoundland and Labrador then? If it used to be built on the fishery, then in the absence of that, what are they doing? What are they doing in Fogawalan? What are they doing in Labrador? What are they doing in South Coast Newfoundland and stuff? And it was such a fun journey of discovery and a reminder to me of what makes the place tick, you know, which is this incredible resilience to the elements. We're just used to that, but also to like political change and economic change and societal change, and we've been there so long that the things that were once important aren't important anymore, and what's, you know, and so they just had to change so often, and they do.
I love watching you as you describe it, because you have this smile on your face, and I'm sure a lot of people will love hearing this book. I also want to say congratulations on the Mirvish run for Telltale Harbour. If you didn't get a chance to see them in Toronto, wow, we're talking sold out shows for a 6-week run. Can we see more of this, Alan?
Well, I would love to. There's all kinds of talks and rumors to try to bring us back, and I would love to come back, because we were chatting about it briefly. I've been living in Toronto for a couple of months, and I've spent so many nights in Toronto in the bands over the years and stuff, but I've never actually lived here. And like, I had a little apartment right behind the theater downtown, and I walked like 100,000 steps every week since I've been here.
Oh, that's
I
good.
walked all over Toronto, and I loved it. And Toronto is wildly undersold as like a walking destination where you can walk on wharves or beaches or in the woods or through the city, of course, parks, ravines, everything. And like I fell in love with the variety of the neighborhoods, and like to instead of sticking around downtown where most of the bands would do all the time, I got up to the Dundas West, and out on the Danforth and down at the beaches, and like just fabulous variety and food and music and culture and art and architecture, and it's fabulous.
Well, so you are flying back home, but now that you've described the love of Toronto, we expect you to come back more often. The Smiling Land is out now. Congratulations to you on all your successes. You got a new song, your tour, you've got everything going on, so make sure you check them out. Alan Doyle, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much.